very imperative. It becomes very imperative that each one of you know what you are up to, right? So rather than being a one-way traffic like Bangalore, I would love this to be an interactive lecture. Uh, I would just give a very brief introduction of where I came from and where I am today. So it all started in 1992, the journey where I wanted to be a doctor and I did not get into the conventional side. So, of course, most of my classmates had come to Ayurveda on a similar front. So, second year, almost eight of my classmates they shifted to once again the conventional course MBBS. But I stayed back. But today, if you ask me, do I repent? Absolutely not, because this is one such science which needs a lot of contribution from each one of us. Because till date, if it has stayed and to the test time testedness of this science, it is because every now and then there were contribution. Because if you look at Ayurveda, what is the crux of Ayurveda? It is always Yugana Rupa Sandarbha. If not, if Ayurveda wanted to stick on to Apta only Charaka or Sushruta, Rasashastra would not have been there at all. So Rasashastra is one of the classical examples of Yugana Rupa Sandarbha. Why it was necessary to bring in Rasashastra or Rasausadas? It is exclusively because palatability was an issue even way back then. Even today in major cities, palatability an issue. Portability is definitely an issue, right? People are now traveling and they cannot carry 400 ml bottles, three or four bottles in their luggage. So, given this scenario, what started with a single man's dream in 1930 is a 5,000 crore turnover business today. It all started with our founder chairman. During one of his visits to a nearby forest, he saw restless elephants being fed with some fistful of herbs by the tribals. He was intrigued. Fistful of herb for a mammoth creature, and it was calming down in a couple of hours. He went and asked the tribals. They did not know anything. They showed the herb. They showed how they pluck the root. So to ensure that his inquisitiveness is satisfied, he brought these rods back to the city, Dehradun, got it analyzed by botanists, and found out that it was nothing but the roots of. Any idea? Try. There is no negative marking.
Sarpaganda, sir.
Absolutely. Sarpagandha, Rauwolfia serpentina, what it is universally known as. And 4 years later, Sarpagandha Ghanavati, in a form of modern contemporary tablet, was launched by Himalaya. 1934 was when Sarpina was launched. It was standardized extract. It was not just water extract, hydroalcoholic extract. It was standardized extract. Each tablet was standardized. I'm talking about 1930s. So the visionary founder chairman started this company with a very meager investment of 100 rupees. He did not have 100 rupees. He had to pawn the golden bangle of his mother, and that's how the Himalaya Drug Company started way back in 1930 in a small town which is the erstwhile capital of Uttarakhand, Dehradun. Himalaya was a name he chose because Dehradun is on the foothills of Himalaya range, and Himalaya is one such huge geographical structure which everybody recognizes. And today, in 2025, almost 5 years short to celebrate our centenary. We have a turnover of more than 5,000 crores. And we also have rechristened the name of the company from the Himalaya Drug Company to Himalaya Wellness Company. You must be wondering why. Earlier, maybe in the 90s, we were present in 12 countries. As Dr. Ramesh was highlighting, in the nook and corner of the world, we are present. Today, we are present in 105 countries officially. I'm not talking about the baggage trade. Officially, we are present in 105 countries, and some of the countries, they do not understand drug can also be a herb. Drug is always a misnomer in other countries for narcotics. So we have now rechristened our company's name as Himalaya Wellness Company. So that is the gist of how it all started. And I was telling you about 1992. I joined BMS and I completed my BMS in 1999. 1999 to 2002, I did my PG in Roga and Vikriti Vignana. You must be wondering, how can Rasashastra, Bhaishajya, Kalpana collaborate with Roga Nidana and Vikriti Vignana? Can we? Is there any suggestion that you can give how we can collaborate? Two departments. I think the second row, extreme right. She was the only person who said yes. Can you just throw your answer?
Sir, without knowing the basic pathology and anything, we can't apply the medicine. So it's absolutely necessary.
Give me an example. Absolutely wonderful. Give me one example. How
Uh,
we can collaborate?
for example, if we are giving Amritarishtam, we need to know the basic pathology of Jwara. We need to know where Amritarishtam will work. So it's absolutely necessary.
Perfect. I would take that as an answer, but still, if I put across this becoming a Kaya Chikitsa topic, what you mentioned, can you be more specific? Anybody? I don't want her only. Yeah, she wants to. Give it to her. Your good name?
Myself, Dr. Lakshmi, second year
Dr.
PhD
Lakshmi.
scholar.
Tell me,
Sir,
Dr. Lakshmi.
from what I've learned is that if we give Amritarishtam in case of Paitika Jwara, it will actually increase the body temperature and will increase the symptoms of Jwara. So for those conditions, we need to know what sort of formulations we need to give in what dosha condition. So it's absolutely necessary.
Very nice, very nice. Because very, very rarely in Ayurveda colleges I get such responses because most of the students, I'm sorry to say that, are still sticking on to the whatever was highlighted in the classics. I'm not ridiculing them, but when you, I think you are a neighbor of liver doctor, right? You're very, very close to liver doctor. People like them, the skeptics, make us strong, right? Because it's like they are in the glass house and they are throwing stones at us. That is where we have to be technically strong. I'm really happy that you're using a modern device. Modern device is nobody's property. Adopting modern science and contemporizing, never any of our acharyas have commented about it. Isn't it? Sushruta has gone as far as telling that even if you are getting good things from your Shatru, please include that. Because at the end of the day, we joined this particular course. Why? Because we want to serve the society, right? We want to relieve the maladies of our patients. How we do, it's immaterial. But in a VUCA world, you know what is VUCA world? VUCA, just note it down, which is now outdated. It has become Bani world. Very good that you are all within the confines of safety of a Ayurvedic institution. You have not been exposed to the VUCA world. A VUCA world is always volatile, uncertain. And that's where we need to talk universal languages. How many of you can understand Kannada, barring Dr. Ramesh and Dr. Sheetal? How many of you can understand Kannada? Okay, third person. What's your name?
Kartika, sir.
Huh?
Kartika.
Okay. Why I'm asking this is if I am not well versed with English, not even Malayalam, and I want to speak in Kannada, will you appreciate it? You will not appreciate if I'm a mediocre, unknown person. But if it is a known person, what will you do? What will you do? How will you understand? For example, somebody very like has worked very thoroughly in traditional Chinese medicine, and you have got a lecture in your same Rasamritam lecture is there, and she wants to speak in Chinese only, that is Mandarin. How many will the attendance be as good as this, or it will be dropping out?
Dropping out.
Why I'm asking this is yesterday evening my team had a session with Dr. Prasanna Kulkarni, who is Professor and Head Swasthavrata Department, Kalabereshwara Ayurveda Medical College, Bangalore, about artificial intelligence. Now, anybody speaks in any language, it can be converted into your language immediately. This I can think of 2001. I had been to Brahma Kumari's ashram. It's in Mount Abu Road. I had seen such a huge auditorium there, which can accommodate 15,000 individuals without pillars. And I had seen small rooms in that auditorium with hi-fi gadgets way back in 2001. Then I was told when there is a deliberation going on, people from across the world come there. And when somebody speaks in any language, that can be tuned into whichever language you want, because there are simultaneous translators doing that work. I'm sorry, I'm digressing, but why I'm telling this is artificial intelligence, how many of you are using? See, it should not be like this. It should be, if you're confident, if you're using, absolutely. Very essential these days, because artificial intelligence is going to take over in the next decade. By that time, if we are completely unaware of how to utilize artificial intelligence, it becomes very difficult. Why I put across that question is because today it's not only Google, the benefit of Google, you have artificial intelligence which can do a research of multiple books within seconds and give you the response. Why I'm highlighting once again that is like going further, maybe such lectures will become very minimalistic, because each one of you will have gadgets in your hand, gadgets you will be carrying, and you will be wearing also artificial intelligence glasses. Not more than 5 years down the lane, because I don't know if you have seen last week's news. TCS, you know TCS, which is one of the uh, heaviest employers of software engineers. They have given pink slip for 12,000 employees. Benefit of being a Ayurveda Vaidya is you can always end up being an entrepreneur. And that's what our founder chairman did. He wanted the benefits of the traditional medicines to be reached to each and every individual on this earth in a contemporary format. So, just to understand like how flexible you are, I'll give you a small example. World Health Organization has labeled us as the sweetest people on earth. You all agree with that? We are the diabetes capital of the country, of the world. In that context, God forbid, we get diagnosed as diabetics. So, given a choice between a half cup of Karavellaka Swarasa and 2 tablets of Karela, what would you opt for? Okay, how many of you would opt for half cup of Karavalla Kasparasa twice daily? None? And how many of you will opt for 2 tablets of Karela twice daily? How many? No? Yes? That's where the current world is, right? I don't know if you might have observed till last decade, majority of the traditional Ayurveda manufacturers did not have any proprietary medicines. Yes or no? Evolution will not wait for us. Evolution is as per the time, Kala Chakra, and as per the demand. The supply, Dr. Lakshmi was telling about Amrita. It may be very well accepted in Kerala. But when I started my practice in Bangalore in 2002, when a software engineer comes, he has his lunch in Bangalore and he will be having his dinner in Singapore. So he wants something portable. I think that's when I also gradually shifted because I was having a complete stockistship of Vaidyaratnam. Vaidyaratnam Aushadashala, I had the complete classical this thing because I had still not joined Himalaya then. I was also of the same mentality that proprietary medicines, last resort. Classical medicines are the ones which give utmost results. But after joining Himalaya, I learned, not just because I'm working for Himalaya, I learned that it is all perspectives, perceptions. So one more such example for RSBK students I would give is tablet a better dosage form, or is syrup a better dosage form, or is asavarast a better dosage form? What is a better dosage form in terms of making the drug availability at the target center? Take your call, no problem. Everybody will have different answers because finally these things are perspective. Whatever I like, I don't like sweet taste of syrup, and I don't like the alcoholic smell of Arista. So I go for tablet or capsule. But what was the question I asked here? It is not the preference. I'm asking you the which dosage form is absorbed faster.
Asavarishta.
Sorry?
Asavarishta, sir.
Absolutely, because of its yoga vahi nature, right? But what if your patient does not want Amritarishta? Will you send them back? Earlier, Vaidyas used to do that, right? Right, Dr. Ramesh sir? If you want to take medicines, it should have been Bishagvashya. Now, doctors have to be Rogivashya. I'm sorry to use that, but that is the reality. So, in that context, putting across a useful, safe, and effective remedy in a contemporary format, does it go against principles of Ayurveda? Does it? Otherwise, Sharangadhara would not have come with improvised formats, right? We would have been stuck with Panchavida Kashaya Kalpanas only. And that's where the current world, I was telling you about VUCA world, is looking at dissecting us because the world is run by 3 Ps. Any idea? Entire world is run by only 3 Ps. I'm not talking about politics. I'm talking about 3 industries. One is our own, pharma. Second one is fuel, that is petrol. I've just converted fuel into petrol. The third one is warfare, that is pistol. So when these 3 industries, somebody stops them from, am I audible? I think power went off there. Am I audible? Okay. So when somebody stops my profiting, if I'm in a pharma, if I'm in petrol, if I'm in pistol, what do? I try to counteract. I try to muffle them, right? And that's what will happen to Ayurveda because of the benefits of Ayurveda being learnt by the Westerners, despite not getting any insurance amount, they are opting Ayurveda medicines from their pocket. What does that mean? That means that they believe and they have got results. And that's why even US government had to initiate NIH, National Institute of Health, to start a separate section. Earlier, it was only alternative medicine. Now it is being called as complementary and alternative medicine from across the globe. So, in this context, a lot of profiting by the pharma companies is being challenged by our industry, Ayurveda. That became more evident during COVID-19. You all agree with that? I don't know about Kerala because Kerala, more or less, people are always respecting Ayurveda, take Ayurveda medicines. But in Bangalore, I could see a sea change. People who were skepticals, they shifted over to Ayurveda and they got results. And these positive results have created many enemies for us. I cannot call them enemies, but they are rationalists. They want 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. They will ask, prove it. Similarly, if Dr. Lakshmi highlights that Amrutarishta gives very good results in relieving pyrexia or jwara within the second dose, they would require evidence. Single evidence will not be accepted. Universally, acceptance is based on impact factor. Acceptance is based on where you have published, in which index journal you have published, right? And that's where academic institutions like Amrita School of Ayurveda or All India Institute of Ayurveda or National Institute of Ayurveda or ITRA Jamnagar or BHU Varanasi play a very major role in creating such evidences. So today, I'll be putting across questions only because a lot of these questions do not have agreeable answers. It could be as simple a question like what came first, hen or chicken? Have you been able to answer that? So there are such many questions. So give me a moment, I'll just share the screen. I'm sorry if I'm boring you.
No, sir.
Host disabled participant screening. Oh, you don't want me to share the screen?
Yes, sir.
It shows host disabled participant screen sharing. If you are okay with this talk, I'm also okay, but I wanted to give some perspectives to you. It's not images alone. Can I?
Share.
You're not audible. No, it shows host disabled participant screen sharing. Mic. Use the mic. I'll be hearing you. Yes, tell me.
So we are sharing. We are trying to share the screen.
Okay, no problem. Once it is shared, let me know.
Yeah.
Oh, if this talk was not requiring a PPT, I would have definitely not prepared. I just prepared now that I want to just show this.
Shared, sir. Now we share.
Okay, fine. One sec. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Visible.
Visible, right? So I would like to heartily congratulate Dr. Ramesh sir for starting this series, Rasamritam, because I don't know if you have heard a story where a maize farmer will be giving the best seeds to his neighboring fields. Once his friend comes and asks, why are you doing this? You are giving the best seeds to the neighboring fields. Will they not get better yield than you? His answer was, see, if they do not have very fertile or very potent crop, cross pollination will not happen and I will also not get good crop. And that's where I think Dr. Ramesh has thought of this collaborative activities, because collaboration is very, very important, whether it is with the industry, with the allied sciences, with the conventional practitioners becomes quite important for the development of the science. So I would like to take maybe around 45 minutes from now to put across my thoughts as a practitioner, my thoughts as a Ayurveda fraternity member, and also my thoughts as a employee of Himalaya Wellness Company. So if you look at the next slide, that would be the topic. I am taking you from Shastra to shelf. I already asked you whether you would like to have Karavalaka Surasar, Karavalaka tablets. We have already moved from Shastra to shelf. So, crafting relevance in Rasashastra for today's industry is what I would take you through, because I've got a lot of insiders' view on innovation, quality, and opportunities. And those who are aiming at joining pharmaceutical industry, I'll just give you a couple of glimpses what you need to be and what is the current opportunity. Okay, I had presumed till Dr. Sheetal said that this would have individual screens. I thought everybody would be joining with their mobiles. So since this is a common one, maybe I'll ask one or two. What's the most exciting Rasaushadhi you have studied till now? Maybe I would go with the last bench. Yeah, you can they can come till here. No, the mic goes till there. That's fine. Yes, not audible. What's the most exciting Rasaushadhi that you have studied till now?
Sir, Rasasindura.
Super, Rasasindura. Any other answers? Okay, before you pass it on to somebody else, why Rasasindura?
Sir, most of the conditions we can consider prescribing the Rasasindura, what I have learned.
Okay, give me examples. One or two.
Like, sir,
Go ahead. If even if it is a mistake, Dr. Ramesh, please excuse her. Go
uh,
ahead, because we always make mistakes when we are learning.
sir, in the skin conditions as well as in the jwara and such in variable conditions, we can consider prescribing the Rasasindura, which
Super.
acts as more of in enhancing the activity of other medications when it's mixed together. So that
Perfect.
makes Rasasindura more exciting.
Super. So how many times you have prescribed Rasasindura, or how many times you have consumed Rasasindura?
No, sir, I have just watched as teachers prescribing it. I haven't prescribed to any patients yet.
Okay.
Once I
Okay,
visit,
fine. See, don't get intimidated here. I would be asking a question what a external person when you go out of the college will ask. So that doesn't mean that I am discouraging you, or actually I'm instigating you to get ready with the armor, what you have to go out and face. It can be, how many of you have seen liver doctor's tweets?
most of them have seen.
Dr. Abhi Philip, you have
Yes.
not seen his tweets? I think you should, because it anybody in the world can clearly find out that he is using a toolkit. He is bound to damage the reputation of Ayurveda and Ayurveda industry. So we need many warriors. Only protection from Government of India or Ministry of Ayush or Prime Minister's suggestions will not help us. Each one of us have to be brave warriors. Apart from Rasa Sindhura, is there any other Rasa Aushadhi that you have it has excited you? Anybody? Anybody? Yes, take. It will not hurt you. She doesn't want to take the mic. Yes, thank you.
Chandraprabhavati.
Chandra Prabhavati. Super. What is Chandra Prabha here?
Karpura. Karpura.
Very good. Karpura. So, why Chandraprabhavati has excited you?
Sir, it is acting like very, very well-known medicine for everything, all the calculate disorders, everything, like renal disorders, menstrual disorders, everything we can give. Like it is acting as.
I would like to correct you here. Don't use the word everything, because these are certain words which our enemies will be waiting to catch
Yes, sir.
and put it against us only.
Correct,
So
sir.
be a little aware and cautious when you are using the words. You can instead tell all disorders concerned to urinary tract. That would not allow anybody to attack us immediately,
Yeah.
right? Anybody else? One more answer I would like to take. If there is any different, otherwise I'd go only with Chandraprabha and Rasasindura. Lakshmi, give it to your neighbor.
Sir, Ananda Bhairava Rasa.
Super, very nice. Where do you prescribe Ananda Bhairava Rasa?
Jwara condition we can give instead of that paracetamol like action, we can uh, rising the temperature conditions and that subsiding of the Jwara conditions, it is helpful.
Very nice. And if I ask you, Rasasindura, Chandraprabhavati, Ananda Bhairava Rasa, what will be the monthly dispensing from your OPDs? Quantity of monthly dispensing. Put across a rough estimate. I don't want exact quantity.
Sir, if it was me, Chandraprabha would be more.
Like in kilos, how many kilos?
No, not in kilos, but around 500 to 600 in numbers. Like
Okay, perfect. Now, let me not get into the other. Why I'm putting this across is this is how industry calculates. Okay. If from a hospital it is 500 tablets of Chandraprabha per month, they will look at which is the highest prescribed. What is the highest prescribed in your OPD?
Chandraprabha.
Only. Now,
Ma-
what I mean to say is in the hospital's OPD, apart from Chandraprabha, is there any other?
Manasamitra Vadaga.
Okay, very good. Why I'm highlighting is Dashamula Arista. You know Dashamula Arista? It is the highest sold OTC product in Ayurveda. But if I ask you a question, Dashamula, when was the last time that you saw Dashamula abundance? Have you seen?
No, sir.
These are typical questions. Why I'm asking is everything is becoming tighter now. Kasturi pills was, I think Dr. Ramesh would agree with me. We were all given those Kasturi pills. No Ananda Bhairavarasa was there, no Vettumaran was there, no Amrita Arista was there. But Kasturi pills, you are not supposed to use Kasturi now because Biodiversity Act 2003, right? Hastidanta Mashi, what I and Dr. Ramesh have seen alopecia or Indralupta being treated with Hastidanta Mashi. No. So any animal product. And for Shwasa, our first prescription used to be, sir, Shringabasma, which is absolutely banned now. Why I'm highlighting this is we should be knowing what's happening in the market as well. Because one is regulations, the second one is demand. So that's where whether it is Rasasindora, maybe because of the color you loved it, or maybe I don't know if you use that on Saturday as a tilak, or maybe that reminds us Operation Sindoor. Whatever it is, yes, they're all exciting preparations. Especially, I used to love the Kupi Pakwa preparations. It used to be very exciting to see opening the bottle and collecting uh, the final product. But now, are you still doing the same method? Are you using the same method?
We are not preparing, sir.
Okay, fine. Why?
Because, sir, mostly we Keralites are skeptical about using Rasa Ushadis.
My job is completely done. I was actually coming to that because I and Dr. Rajkumar KC, I think you must be knowing SBEBA, SBEBA. proponents, Dr. Rajkumar K. We were classmates. We were the only two people who did not know Rasausadas when we went to Jaipur. Everybody is prescribing, everybody is talking Rasa. We did not know. There is not a single Kastaushada which is prescribed there. And people consume Rasausadas in kilograms. That's why I asked you kilogram. How many kilograms? People are skeptical, but are we also skeptical? As postgraduate scholars, if we are, accept you are, because that is the reality as of today. Right? That is what I'm going to take up through. Maybe this warm-up was not at all necessary if you had answered this earlier. I'll just take you through why this session matters, because need for you, that is Rasashastra Bhaishajya Kalpana scholars, in the evolving Ayurveda landscape. Compliance and global standards are very, very important. Are you knowing the in and out of Drugs and Cosmetic Act 1940 and Rules 1945?
Yes, sir.
Are you all having? So if I ask any question, say for example, I've just noted down certain things. Will it be possible for you to answer? Okay, biodiversity, ABS. If I put across, will you be able to answer? What is ABS? ABS is Access Benefit Fee. Access Benefit Sharing Fee. Why I'm putting this across is not to intimidate you, but you have the PDF of Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940 with you. Do you have the PDF? No? And do you have ChatGPT in your mobile? Just put across what is ABS, what is biodiversity within minutes. See, it's not that everything has to be recorded here. Maybe Dr. Ramesh or our gurus, they had that capability of manana. Right now, I think we have such a very, very short span of attention. It becomes very, very difficult for our brain, despite having terabytes of memory space, we cannot remember everything. That is just one example that I gave you about compliance and global standards. Are you aware of any regulatory issues where Denmark government has banned one of the herbs, Indian herbs? Anybody? Yes. Somebody wants to answer there. Good.
Turmeric.
Sorry?
Turmeric.
No, not turmeric. Ashwagandha.
Okay.
See, there have been several incidences of banning certain drugs. For example, Singapore bans berberine. So, since Guduchi also has berberine, Singapore does not allow Guduchi. But thanks to a Ministry of Ayush, which came up with certain papers and clearance has been there. So, compliance and global standards will be expected from each one of you if you are wanting to join industry. If you are starting your own clinical practice, then this compliance or global standards is immaterial. You have to understand what are the entrepreneurial skills. So your Shastra Gnana is your industry USP. Wherever you are going, your Shastra Gnana, Shastra is not only Bhava Prakasha or Sharangadhara or Nagarjuna, it's also the latest regulations which you need to know. Latest technology which you need to know, because maybe what you said is like Rasasindhura, you are not preparing because Kerala people are skeptical, but there have been advanced technologies where now Putapaka method is not followed across. Only very, very few traditional Rasaushadhi makers are using Putapaka, else most of them have moved to electric furnaces. If you want your family members, your friends, or your layout people to start using Ayurveda as not a complementary or alternative, but as a mainstream medicine, then you have to give them in contemporary format. So without compromising on the principles of Ayurveda, that is tradition, how can you innovate and also be compliant? Regulatory compliance, compliance to the Ayurvedic principles, compliance to the latest laws of the land of that country, wherever you are selling. That is where each of you, each of your knowledge becomes very, very important. And that's why this session, I'll be just giving you questions. Maybe today we'll not have answers. Start finding out answers. Start working towards researching to find out these answers. I think the next decade we'll be able to confidently answer any type of questions. So for any industry, whether it is Dravyoguna or Kaya Chikitsa or Panchakarma, always, if there is scope, there will always be challenges as well. Can you just put across a couple of scopes? What are your scopes? Ramesh sir, I think everyone is cursing me, no? Afternoon, they wanted to have a.
No, I think everyone wants me to leave so that he can interact. That's also one of the curse they have.
I'm really sorry for forcing you to live in. I think that should not be the. See, any guru would love when their Shishya puts across a better format. So don't worry. Even if you are committing errors, please do not worry, because failures are stepping stone for success. Do you think you have scope after completion of your MD? Okay, I'll change the question now. What are your career plans after completing your post graduation? I want 4 answers. Anybody, any 4?
I'm planning to do a clinical practice with the some of the very simple preparations which I can produce in my clinic.
Very
Maybe,
nice.
including maybe cosmetology. If I'm able to do any workshop, attend any workshop, I will attend, and I'm planning like that.
Very, very nice. All the very best. Let's be competitors.
Thank you.
Sir, I would like to teach, and I would like to do some research works for.
Super. Noble profession. Start asking research questions. Have a small notebook. Start putting across whatever you want to do research, whatever question comes to you. Maybe I think that will be quite helpful, because the more the number of questions you have, you can always get it done by your students or your peers. One more or 2 more answers? Go ahead. There is no right or wrong answer here.
I like to start my own clinic after passing out PG.
All the very best. All the very best.
Thank you, sir.
I can understand. A lot of you have not yet decided, right? Let us wait till the last day of the post graduation and then take a call. One more answer.
Sir, teaching and research. Sir.
Nice. Okay. Apart from the clinical practice and teaching and research, are there any other scope? Because I have attended couple of Rasashastra departments, one in Mumbai and one in Varda, where I've got most of the responses were either entrepreneur that they wanted to start their pharmacy or their own manufacturing unit, or they wanted to join a pharmaceutical industry. I'm glad to see different answers here from Rasashastra, Bhaishajya, Kalpana, teaching and research and clinical practice. Very, very important. I'll just go take you through a couple of important things here. Shastra Gnana, what was highlighted way back, but what is the latest modern applications? Both are very, very important. Adopting contemporary applications using Shastra Gnana. I'll give you a simple example. Do you do Kati Basti? I know I should ask this for Panchakarma PG scholars, but till BAMS final year you would have seen Kati Basti is done in your hospital, college hospital?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes,
How
sir.
do you transfer oil? Do you transfer oil at all?
Yes, sir.
From the Kati region, how do you keep the oil warm?
Continuously we will be keeping it for 5 minutes, and after that with the spoon we will again take it the oil and then again warm it and again pour into the kati like that.
Right. That is what we used to do. Two places I saw. One in Belgaum, PHC. Belgaum PHC, there is a small Ayurveda unit where the doctor there was using an infrared lamp. Just imagine, Kati Pradesha, you have already made that dam, this thing with the mouth, right? With the floor, you have already built that dam structure. There you have already put hot oil. To keep it warm, he was using an infrared lamp. So that for the next 45 minutes, he did not take and spill, or he did not reheat the oil on a water bath or stove. Is it against Shastra? Can we do it? Can we adopt it? No? No or yes?
Yes, sir.
So another place I saw, because infrared lamp is definitely a little more expensive than a hair dryer. One more place, hair dryer was being used. I'm just putting across Shastra Gnana. Earlier, we did not have steam jackets. Can we use steam jackets to extract water extract from herbs? Is it allowed according to Shastra? I'm really liking this group because you are amazed why this person is asking such questions. Because most of the Ayurveda colleges where I have been, people still think that the traditional way of preparing medicine is the way, is the only way. But there, with this less raw materials, we are wasting a lot of phytoconstituents which are active by adopting the age-old methods. So that is where research and development, some of you have already put across, you want to do research. Think of some important research areas. And pharmaceutical industry will be looking at coming out with a new type of format where a drug can be delivered easily, faster, and patient compliance. And some of you have already expressed that you want to get into the teaching profession, one of the noblest profession. And scope here for global recognition is very vast. It is due because we have not been able to satisfy the global population with the answers which they can also agree, right? Simple example is, if Kerala has skepticism, think of Europe, think of US. Even Karnataka has skepticism for Rasashastra. But they are coming under the challenges. Challenges include standardization, right? What is available as Swarna Basma? Are we sure that it is the same Swarna Basma for all the companies? Yes or no?
No.
Sorry, loudly.
No, sir.
No. Then that becomes very, very critical point for us, right? Why people become skeptic is, when you come with Jwara, I give Amritarishta. When Lakshmi come with Jwara, I give Vetumaran. When Sheetal comes with Jwara, I give Septilin. Which is correct? As Ayurveda doctors, everything is correct for us. But for the world, Yukti is not a non-existent word for them. That is where research has to focus on bringing in uniformity. Now with the advent of artificial intelligence, it becomes very, very important for us to ensure standardization. Because earlier we used to say huge data, will not be able to compile it and will not be able to analyze it. Now artificial intelligence compiles in seconds, analyzes in minutes. So standardization is a very, very important challenge that we have to look at. Research validation. Just now I gave you an example of three different individuals with the same disease. We are giving different medicines. So how do we validate this research? And integration of technology, artificial intelligence, how it can work in without in vitro or in vivo. Can we do research on just looking at the imageries? Adulteration. Do you think adulteration is still existing or it is not there?
Still existing.
Still existing. Give me an example. I already said Dashamula, right? Any other examples?
Vamshalojana.
Sorry?
Instead of Vamshalojana, that is from Bambusa, we are using Togaksha.
Very, very nice example. But Sitopladi Churna, Vamshalochana is a very, very important ingredient, right? So if I'm not putting Vamshalochana in Sitopladi Churna, can you still call it Sitopladi Churna? Because I was giving an example of Kasturi pills. Without Kasturi, can it still be called Kasturi pills?
No.
Okay. Any other example? Just let us, the last bench, can you give me any examples? Okay, one of you, can you just give me the difference between adulteration and substitution?
So substitution is actually replacing one drug with another drug which is having lesser quality, not in sense of lesser quality in the sense its activity, lesser pharmacological
Got it.
ingredients.
So that's where apt words you have to have. I understood, but you were thinking in Sanskrit and you were answering in English. Very good. But don't stop efforts. Many a time what happens is when we do mistake, we feel a little embarrassed or shy. Don't. Commit as many mistakes as possible within the four walls of your college. Because that is when you can be coming out brave. You can be coming out strong outside the campus. So what is the adulterant?
Adulteration is actually adding any unwanted materials. Like if we are adding the stalks of jeeraka into it, it is actually adulteration.
Absolutely. Maybe Kampilaka, what is an adulterant?
Ambelaka is red brick powder is a common adulterant use.
Absolutely right. Have you seen adulteration in food items? Rice? Is there any adulteration?
Nowadays, it's news regarding plastic.
Right? Very nice. Plastic rice. Apart from that, they will use?
Tapioca pearls are added as in rice shapes.
Absolutely. See, at the end of the day, human being, Homo sapiens, whether it is in Kerala or Karnataka, Vyaparam Droha Chintanam. Right? So right now, if I ask you, most of you are the fairer sex there, no? Apart from me, Dr. Ramesh and Dr. Prajesh has just joined. If I ask you, name one herb which is like a Ramabana for female disorders.
Shatapushpa.
Yeah?
Shatapushpa.
Sorry? Gandhapushpa.
Shatapushpa.
Shatapushpa. Okay. Is there anything else which is usually highlighted? The red flower tree.
Ashoka.
Right? Saraka indica, Saraka Ashoka.
Yes.
What is the substitute what is usually used by industry? Saraka indica is very, very expensive and very difficult for supply. Kastadaru is used, Polyalthia langifolia, right? That is also called as Ashoka, false Ashoka tree. So, adulteration or substitution is once again very, very important to be known because the final therapeutic effect depends on the quality ingredient, right? If I am putting Dashamula Twak, the Dashamula tree Twak rather than Mula, will it have the same efficacy? Ashwagandha, which became quite popular during COVID, what is the useful part of Ashwagandha? Root, right? Now, if the industry starts using the entire plant, is it okay or is it wrong?
Wrong.
These are certain things you should be very, very clear. You're right. So I'll give you one more example. There was a front page article on one herb being very, very strong hepatotoxic. Across India, this made a big news. What is that herb?
Guruji?
Very good, Guduchi. But it was not Guduchi, it was Tinospora.
Crispa. Pot.
Very good, Tinospora crispa. See, Tinospora cardifolia and Tinospora crispa are very, very similar, very, very little difference. So, if by being ignorant, if a general public start consuming Giloy Kashaya, and if that Giloy is not Tinospora cardifolia, but it is Tinospora crispa, which is also established hepatotoxic, who is wrong here? Wrong here is the patient or the customer who is using the crispa, but whose name is being spoiled there? Whose name is being blackened? Ayurveda. That's where these things become very, very important. Each one of us have to be aware so that we also create that awareness in and around us. Regulatory framework, I've already told you, huge challenge because regulations in FSSAI. What is FSSAI?
Food safety.
Very good. Go on, loudly.
Safety Standards Authority of India.
Food Safety and Standards Authority of India. Right. Very good. Have you seen any Ayurvedic regulations in FSSAI? Just check because it's being included now. Some people, where they feel Ayush licensing is quite difficult, they will move towards FSSAI. So regulatory framework, not only Drugs and Cosmetic Act and the rules is sufficient. Whatever is happening recent days, recent years will also be very, very important. Then interdisciplinary collaboration. Initially, we discussed about Roga Nidana Vikruti Vignana collaboration with Rasashastra Bhaishajya Kalpana. There, what I was like, because of this lecture, I was thinking how we can put across. One idea stuck to me was, can we start investigating LFT and RFT before administering Rasausadas? Because unfortunately, we have been implicated every time. You think rasa is not there in anything else? A bottle of packed water, bottled water, will it not have rasa? Or vegetables that we are consuming, will it not have rasa?
Yes,
Why
sir.
it is always Ayurveda medicine is implicated? So, can Rasashastra departments across the country have a tie-up or understanding and start screening patients before administering any rasausadas, understand what is the level of rasas already present in that individual, because already they have high levels of heavy metals. Consumption of one Arogyavardhini or consumption of half a kilo of Chandraprabhavati will not change that, right? But we will be implicated. That is one thing I was thinking, interdisciplinary collaboration. Think, because we should always think more and do less. We always do the ulta. We think less and do more. As individuals with higher learning, who have been gifted with higher learning, I think we should think more and do less. Strategic thinking is very, very important. And education and training, you think it is not having challenges? Ask Dr. Ramesh. He'll put across. There are a number of challenges in education and training as well. So, okay, just to refresh and make you a little brain tickling. Does it ring bell? Anything from here? Anything from here? Can you catch hold? What? Sorry?
Mercury poisoning, Minamata disease.
Very, very nice. Very nice. Very nice, Lakshmi. I'm really very, very happy. You are very well informed. Can you just put across a couple more sentences on Minamata?
It actually happened due to mercury poisoning, and it was because of consumption of fish, which was poisoned with mercury, and it resulted in Ithai disease. And along with that, Ithai disease, and it happened in the Minamata Bay of coastal areas of Japan.
I'm really having horripilation because I also did not know when I was doing all this research. I got this. I thought I'll just inspire you all. Very, very nice. Give her a very, very big loud round of applause. Can you just go to the next slide, Dr. Lakshmi? What would be my next slide?
It could be arsenic poisoning.
No, I'm talking about Minamata only.
It's lakshanas that it shows.
No. Does it ring a bell?
It actually fish.
No.
Convention on mercury. Okay.
Convention on Mercury, 140 plus countries have signed an agreement of completely stopping mercury. No mercury to be used at all. Why? Because mercury is the top 10 of chemicals of major public health concern according to WHO. By enhancing the reduction of mercury pollution, the convention protects the environment and the lives of millions of people around the world. So, I don't know if your institute will sponsor one of you. You should go and raise the benefits of mercury, what we have seen in Ayurveda Rasashastra. If not you, somebody from the country, from the Rasashastra Bhaishajya Kalpana department, have to represent. I know it is pretty expensive. Why don't you put across a proposal to Secretary of Ayush? Secretary of Ayush is from Ayurveda, so he will understand what has to be done from the government side. If you cannot go, send some official who can completely put across some flag, because I was just discussing with one of my close friends, Pawaman Pharmaceuticals, it's a pharmaceutical company in Vijaypura, or the earlier Bijapur. He's Dr. Srinivas Vadayar, once again PG from Rasashastra. So I was thinking I'll take some pearls from him before talking to the RSBK PG scholars. So he was telling me this shocking news that mercury is not at all available now. What he has is he has having around 10 to 12 kilos, which was purchased long back, but his consumption is very, very less. So that means a big red signal for Rasashastra, because Rasashastra stays with the word Rasa, right? What will happen if Rasa is completely taken off? How many of you are aware of Dr. Anand Chaudhary? Dr. Anand Chaudhary, he is fighting a lone battle. Maybe I think you should all get at least to know his, follow him socially. You need not support him, but get to know what he is doing. He is fighting with government of India. He is a head and professor and head of Rasashastra department in BHU, IMS BHU, doing a lot of work for Rasashastra, especially in this context. Maybe I think you can all inspire him to and send him to Minamata Convention on Mercury. Not an easy task, but somebody has to bell the cat. So what is the future? For example, if you look all this, how many of you are still using a mercury thermometer? Most of us have shifted to digital thermometer, right?
Yes, sir.
How many of you are using a mercury sphygmomanometer?
Most of us.
Yeah, you are raising with confidence and happiness, but in a conventional setup, people will think, why? Because it is having mercury and it can poison you. You know different gatis of rasa, right? Just keep it in the corner, not even completely open bottle. A small airspace is more than sufficient. Next day, your gold necklace would be almost gone. So why I'm highlighting this is we should look into it. Though the entire world is talking about a barometer or a sphygmomanometer or a CFL having mercury, which is dangerous, can't we also prove that these compounds, rasa compounds, when subjected to the classical preparations, marana, shodhana, all those procedures, is there any change in the activity? That is one important research work which has to be done. Whether you start on cell lines or move into in vivo, important, very, very important. Otherwise, maybe I think future is pretty bleak. Coming back to accusation from the general public, where else can we see heavy metals? I've already told you it can be seen in our water, because what is like you know why plumber is called plumber?
Because of plumbum, earlier the pipes were made from copper. So,
Copper?
sorry, sir, lead, PG.
Yeah, that's what you're testing whether I am sleeping. Nice.
No, sir.
Good, good,
That's common.
Dr. Lakshmi. Very, very, very happy that yes. So imagine earlier water pipes were made of lead and we were consuming lead enriched water. I think she wanted to say right now we are using copper bottles to store and copper enriched water, what we are drinking. That is definitely healthier. But can you rule out arsenic or lead or cadmium or mercury poisoning from vegetables? Possible? If somebody is consuming radish because he is having arsha and his Ayurveda Vaidya told him to consume lot of radish and surana. He has been doing that. And unfortunately, he comes to Rasashastra Bhaishajya Kalpana OPD on a day and you gave some other medicines, maybe Bola Parpati, because that day he was having bleeding. And within a week, he comes back with a report which says he is having high lead content in his blood. Is it because of your Bola Parpati or is it because of the what do you call radish? Mulika, mula, mul. What do you call radish in Sanskrit? Mulaka, mulaka and surana. What is the? How do we judge this? That's where I was telling you. Maybe always before giving any Rasausadas, even if it is costing a little higher on the patient's pocket, at least wherever research institutes are there, maybe like Amrita or NIA or IA, we should imply this because that would help in creating a strong evidence of Rasausadas are not the only culprits. Maybe it may be otherwise, other way around, because I have seen Snehapana reducing cholesterol levels. Most of my friends in conventional practice, they actually do not believe me, but I have shown them with evidence that after Snehapana, there is reduction in, after Snehapana and Virechana, there is reduction in cholesterol levels. So these are certain things I'm telling because I've seen one or two cases. Imagine one or two cases into so many practitioners across the country, because Ayush Ministry launched with much fanfare of that Sanjeevani app. But how many of us are using it? How many of us are updating the Prakriti? All these government schemes, they are announced with much fanfare and it fizzles out. That's not helpful. In the long run, consistency is what pays. Consistency is very, very important. So, well, some of these heavy metals can be essential micronutrients like iron, zinc, but if they are excess, they'll cause untoward effects. So that's where these things also have to be kept in mind, and we should be clear when we are administering any Rasausadas. Maybe I think with this, I don't know. Can we continue for a couple of minutes? You
Yes,
are
absolutely.
having that. Okay. If zeal and enthusiasm is there, I'll just continue another couple of slides. Key regulatory challenges. Any idea? I've already given you a couple of them. Singapore, Denmark, Europe. See, in the US, Ayurveda is not at all formally regulated as a medical system. It is not. If Himalaya is selling some products, it is as dietary supplements under DISHA. 1994, there is a regulation. Can somebody tell, apart from Lakshmi, what is DISHA? DSHEA? If nobody, then I'll go to the Sachin Tendulkar of the class.
No,
Oh,
sir.
I don't know who is the best cricketer in Indian women's cricket. Okay, you also don't know. I'm safe there. Lakshmi, you want to answer that? Disha? maybe this is not Indian government regulation, that's why you're not knowing. Put across this, these are all important if you join any. Yeah, you want to answer? Yes, go ahead.
Supplement and health.
Sorry?
Dietary supplement, health, and education.
Not education. Always do not shy away from using your Gemini, ChatGPT, or Copilot, whoever is your assistant. But don't get addicted to them. They will change your habits. So use them as assistant. Always use them as assistant. First importance to your major organ, right? So no national licensing for practitioners in US and limited clinical validation is required to launch a product there. Europe, 30 years of traditional use. THMP. You know what is THMP? THMP is one thing what you should know. At least 15 years in EU, if it is there, then you will be allowed. Otherwise, you will not be allowed. That is monopolization. High safety, quality, and stability bar. Whatever drinking water what we have here will not be approved in Europe because they have very, very high safety and stability and quality bar and limited acceptance of Ayurveda pharmacopoeia. Ayurveda pharmacopoeia, they do not accept at all. We accept BP, right? British pharmacopoeia, USP, but they do not accept Ayurveda pharmacopoeia. And in our own country, though this industry is regulated by Ministry of AYUSH and CDSCO, we do not have uniform GMP and scientific standards yet. Some companies will be following something else. So that's still a challenge. And limited pharmacovigilance. Most of us agree one man's food is another man's poison, right? Somebody taking ice cream out of 100 people, he gets throat irritation and 99 people do not have anything. Who is to be blamed, ice cream or the individual? Or simple example is seafood allergy, peanut allergy for those kids who come from America. These are all, there is no pharmacovigilance. Though we say Ayurveda is pretty safe, how safe? Is Datura safe? Is Kupilu safe? Is Abraka safe? Yes, Lakshmi, you want to tell?
Sir, if these are actually processed in a proper manner, these can be used as medicine. Like our Acharya said, Yoga Dabi Visham Tikshnam Uttamam Bhaishajam Bhavet.
Absolutely, absolutely. But that actual procedure is what matters, right?
Yes.
So that procedure, is it standardized for each company or each one of them are just following their tradition, what was handed over to them? That becomes scary, right? Else, it should be company X, Y, Z. One particular organization takes all these products and then comes out with proper standardization. Pharmacovigilance is not there in Ayurveda. If somebody comes back to you telling that after taking, say, Amritarishta, I'm having severe acidity, can it happen? We always have the tendency to send the patient back telling that it is Pitta Vruddhi, nothing will happen, consume more of water. But out of 10 patients who were administered Amritarishta, only one patient came back. So that becomes a point of pharmacovigilance, right? I am I have not reported this. I'll share this with you. Initial days of practice, maybe 2002 or 2003, my clinic, a small kid, 6th standard girl came along with her dad, and she had three patches of hair loss. What is that?
Alopecia.
Indralupta, alopecia areata. I had very strong memory of Ballataka giving good results because Hastidantamashi was very expensive. They were from a economically middle class family. I think I had attended only the Dravyaguna class. I must have bumped the Bhaishajya Kalpana class. I did not look at the Shodhana. I went to the raw herb store. I got two Ballataka seeds and asked their father, it has to be rubbed on a stone and the paste has to be applied. 3-4 months, there was no news. Maybe one day I bumped into the father in a market area. When I inquired, he said the next day he had to admit his daughter in the hospital because she had blisters. She had got hypersensitivity reactions. That was the last day I even uttered Ballataka, written Ballataka in my prescription. But I was amazed to see there is Ballataka Rasayana. I was really, that's where what Lakshmi highlighted, process. I did not process. Are there any industrial culprits who do not process properly? Do you have any idea? Smaller company which are not following GMP, they use sweet potato for preparing Chawanprash. Is it okay?
No.
So should it not be regulated? That's where regulations, pharmacovigilance, and global harmonization. What is global harmonization? Have you heard something called HSN code? HSN code. GST, you know GST, what is GST? Goods and Services Tax. That has a HSN code because what is called as Pashana Beda in Kerala may not be the same Pashana Beda in Haryana. Right? Which are the difference? It can be Virgin Ligulatar, it can be Ervelanata. So similarly, a bottle of water which is having different quantity, 750 ml, not 500, not 1000, then it comes under a different HSN code. That is what is global harmonization. Entire globe will have some standards, say for Cinnabar or Hingula. We have to follow that, which is not happening in the country. So these are key regulatory challenges which I'm just posing it to you. Traditional versus modern packaging and branding. What do you like? You want it to be traditional or modern chalega?
Modern will go, sir.
Okay. So what do you mean by modern? Not only looks, it should be non-reactive to the product inside, okay, which many of the industry top pharmaceutical companies are not following. Because when you are sealing a Asavar Arista in a PET bottle, do you think there will be no leaching? Earlier we used to use bottle. Bottle, one is, breakage is very high, transportation is very difficult. So even water, when in a bottle which is exposed to harsh sunlight, plastic leaches into it. And that's one of the main reasons for increase in cancer. That's what some of the researchers say. Why I'm highlighting this once again is you have to conceive newer ideas, come with innovation, because Nasya in the form of say Anutaila vis-a-vis nasal spray in the form of Brazol NS. There may be difference in results, but at the end of the day, customer needs immediate relief and customer compliance can be ensured only with patient compliance. Patient compliance is whatever he likes, he will continue to use. If he does not like, it can be applicable to each one of us, right? Something we do not like, we do not touch it. Imagine Karavallaka Swarasar, Gugulo Tiktaka Grita. How many of you have got Virechana done to yourself? Trivrut Leha, how many of you have consumed? It smells so nice. Have second spoon or third spoon, you'll get to know. You'll have a different feeling. So that's one thing, packaging and branding. And some of the examples like Swarna Bindu Prashana, which was not there when we were studying, isn't it, Dr. Ramesh sir? So one of my juniors did a PG thesis and SDM Ayurveda College, Hassan, pushed it across and that became a movement. Right. Now, some of the industries have already picked up, they put across golden drops or Swarna Prashana. Then Shilajatu is talk of the town today, right? And Makaradwaj, right? So in the modern market, how it can be sold, I'm just giving a couple of examples from Himalaya because this is what we recently launched. Shilajit with gold, okay, in a 30 capsules in 10 strips, and also as a resin. Can you see the right image is of a very small company, but look at the packaging and look at the photographs. It's almost competing with us, isn't it?
Yes.
This is a cool suggestion to Dr. Sheetal. Packaging matters. Most of the Ayurveda doctors, what we do is we use a resealable pack and put across, and even if you are charging 5 or 10 rupees extra for packaging, packaging matters because 89% of the diseases are psychosomatic. If you convince the psych, if you are balancing the sattva by balancing rajas and tamas, most of your work is done. Then put across only patya, apatya, proper restrictions, you will be the best doctor. Why I'm highlighting here Shilajatu? Why Himalaya Shilajatu? Because we assure with 15 plus quality tests. It can be LCMS or MS, TLC, gravimetry, HPLC, HPTLC, UV spectrophotometer. And this is also for each and every batch. For heavy metals, lead, cadmium, arsenic, mercury, because this is not a cultivated one. This is available in the nature. So lab report in every pack and tested for authenticity. We have put across a QR code in each and every pack. So this is what is the demand. Because Shilajitu is not consumed by a middle class person. It is consumed by niche people. I was actually shocked to look at 12 grams costing around 1,200 rupees. And people are purchasing it. That's the power of marketing also. I'm not getting into marketing here, but don't shy away from marketing. Ethical. Because I think Dhanvantri Bhaga was highlighted way back, right? If you are the manufacturer, then why Dhanvantri Bhaga? It should be profit. You should be able to calculate profit. How many of you can do a P&L account? P&L is profit and loss. I'm not asking Dr. Ramesh because Dr. Ramesh is running an organization. He will be knowing. But you should be knowing this. What is the quantity of raw material coming? What is the costs you incurred? What is the cost of fuel that you are using? What is the final cost of that product? And what is the final cost you're giving it to the customer or patient? And what is the profit that you're making? Because if you're not making profit, why I'm stressing this is you are in Amrita. Amrita may not be looking at profit making. It is into service. When you are having plenty, do that. But initial days, you will have to have profit. You will have to have profit because most of the times Ayurveda colleges do not teach how to make your livelihood from your academics. Because once you're out of the campus, you have to do everything yourselves. Right from applying a loan for your clinic, setting up your clinic. If you already have a relative who has established a clinic and giving it to you, super. Else you have to do everything on your own. So profit is very important. Initial years, please do not shy away from profiting. Don't cheat your customers, but charge proper service charge and don't shy away. Because if you are postponing a total knee replacement surgery, okay, which happens in a hospital, which might cost around 2 to 2.5 lakh per knee. If you are postponing the knee replacement surgery for say 1 or 2 years, what is the interest on 2.5 lakhs for 2 years? It's very huge. You're not charging that much, but charge for a Janu Basti properly. Charge for a, like if you're putting across Swarna Basma Yukta medicine, charge. Don't shy away from, you have to be service oriented. I know you have to have empathy, but not at the cost of your own self because you have to continue. Given a choice between these two pictures, I'm not looking at which company or where it is. Look at this from neutral point. Given a choice between this photograph and this photograph, both are Ayurveda companies only. What will give you more confidence? The first one or the second one?
Second one.
See, there is no difference. Only thing is attire. How much will it cost? So whether you are giving a same medicine in a resealable plastic pack or newspaper folding and giving, vis-a-vis in a nice packaging matters. This is what matters for your family members, for your peer, for your friends. Those of your friends who were in along with you, classmates till 12th standard, might have moved into medical colleges now. So this is what will be their expectation. And thanks to our visionary founder chairman, this is nothing but Himalaya company's picture. He has made it standard way back in 1930s. Maybe not this much, but it was a standard way back in 1930. So we have been ensuring contemporization as the time flows, right? So this is bottled pure herb capsule caplets going to Himalaya, USA, United States of America. So let me conclude by asking you a couple of questions. Are there any basmas or rasoshadas in Himalaya products? Anybody? Any idea? Those who have not answered since beginning, if they are not on Mauna Vrata, they are not following Amma today, can they answer? Anybody can answer, but I would like to give the opportunity for those who have not touched the mic because they feel the mic gives a shock. No. It just actually amplifies your voice. Anybody? You think it is there or not? Rasoshadas or basmas? Okay. How many say yes? Raise your hand. How many no? No. How many say no? Raise your hand. Okay. Half. And those who have not raised, what is your answer? Typical Indian mindset. I will not do anything till I get to know what is the answer. Okay. See, most of the answers was no. We have Rasoshadas, basmas in most of our products. Abana has Makaradwaja, Akika Pisti, Mukta Pisti, Manekya Pisti, and Shanka Basma. Jerry Fort has Makaradwaja, Abraka Basma, Yashada Basma, and Loha Basma. Diabicon has Akika Pisti, Abraka Basma, Pravala Basma, Yashada Basma, Vanga. Himplasia, which is for BPH, Akika Pisti. Tentex Fort, which is for male sexual wellness, Makaradwaja, Trivanga Basma, and Shilajitu. Lucol for Leucoria, Pravala Basma, Loha Basma, Trivanga Basma. Apart from this, our flagship brand, I'm sure you know our flagship brand, right? I'll come to that. Tentex Fort contains Trivanga Basma and Shilajitu. Jerry Fort contains Abraga Basma, Yashada Basma in addition to Makaradwaja. Abana I've already mentioned. Diabicon has Akika Pasti Yashada, Vanga Basma, and hence it is in E1. What is E1? Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1945, Schedule E1. Okay, so we'll come back to that. Shanka Basma is there in Abana Septilin Diabicon. Then Yashada Basma, Jerryford Diabicon Eve Care. Loha Basma is found in Jerryford Lucol. Mandura Basma, I was telling you about our flagship brand, Lee 52, has Mandura Basma along with Jerryford. Trivanga Basma is Tentex Ford Lucol. Pravala Basma in Abana and Lucol. So most of you thought there is no Basmas used by Himalaya products, right? With these, it becomes very difficult for convincing Ministry of Health officials in different countries. I did ask you Schedule U1. Can anybody answer that?
Toxic. Yes.
What toxic? Give the complete answer. You're right. See, that's a very typical nature of we Ayurveda fraternity. Wherever we are asked one word answer, we give one page answer. Wherever we are asked a paragraph, we give one word answer. Anyways, not to comment on whoever tried. I appreciate you trying it. Anybody wants to add? Give a couple of examples, toxic, then I will proceed with the slide.
Animal product, minerals.
Minerals are toxic? Or are you talking about heavy metals? There is difference between minerals and heavy metals. I already gave you a couple of examples, right? Datura. So the official list of Schedule E1 ingredients under the Drugs and Cosmetic Rules 1945 pertains to poisonous substances, not toxic. Poisonous substances in ASU medicine. So it needs to be taken with special precautions. Can you highlight 3 special precautions? What are they? When it is Schedule E1, what are the special precautions? No? First and foremost, they have to be labeled. Caution to be taken under medical supervision only. Second one, they have to be dispensed only on prescription. And they have to be manufactured under strict GMP and classical processing guidelines. These are regulatory implications for a E1 schedule ingredients. Right? So these are some of the Vachanaba, Kupilu or Kuchla, Datura. What is Jamalgota? Protonticlium, Jayapala, Ballataka. Ballataka, really, I sometimes am afraid of that, looking at that Balataka, Arka, Chitraka, Gunja, and of course, whatever your friend was highlighting, heavy metals like mercurial compounds like Rasasindura used in Rasashastras, arsenic compounds like Haratala used in classical formulations, lead compounds like Nagabhasma used in herbal mineral preparations. Very, very important that you should know all these schedules. I would like to conclude with 1 or 2 more slides. Career paths for RSBK scholars. R&D, classical Kalpanas into modern formats. Can you give me an example?
Sir, for example, Himalayas Jerry Fort.
Very good. What is the classical Kalpana there?
Chavanprash.
Yes, Chavanprash is one of the ingredients. Very nice. Similar example is Himalayas Brazol, which is nothing but modified form of Brihat Haridra Khanda. Not in the form of Khanda, but in the form of tablets and syrup. Then quality assurance and quality. What is QC?
Quality control. Quality control.
Very nice. What do you control in quality control? What is DT? When it comes to tablet, what is DT?
Disintegration time.
Very good. What is friability?
To find out the chipping of the tablet.
Very nice. So, Pariksha means technology. What is the Pariksha for Basma? Sorry.
Purnada, Varitaratva, Unama.
Right. Is that sufficient? Or you should be using technology? What is the technology you will be using?
XRF Semidax.
Very nice. Very good. That is very, very important because Pariksha, whatever has been highlighted by your Acharyas, they did not have technology then. That was approved and that was acceptable. But today, if I tell Varitaratva or Rekha Purnata, other ministry officials will not be accepting it. Then comes regulatory, documentation, safety and compliance. Documentation is very, very important. Batch manufacturing record, then each ingredient, where have you sourced them from, and are they safe? Because what is the expansion of GRAS? If I say ingredient is grass, generally regarded as safe. Okay, that's a universal term. GRAS is generally regarded as safe. So safety is of paramount because most of the times, I'll give you a simple example of Haridra. Okay, I'm talking about when I joined Himalaya way back in 2003. Our microbiology team rejected the samples of Haridra. It was looking very healthy, Haridra. They said it is having more than 10,000 colony forming units of bacteria in Haridra. Haridra, we all know it is antiseptic or antibacterial or antimicrobial, right? Our microbiology team rejected it. So the agrotech team went and found out that for last 2 or 3 days, since there was lack of potable water, the farmer had used sewage water. For looking at, it was not having anything, but when microbiology tests were done, it was having microbial contamination of 10,000 colony forming units of bacteria. Can it be used in medicine?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
Yeah. So that is where I think safety is very, very important. Safety, compliance. Compliance is law of land. If Singapore bans berberine, if Guduchi has berberine content, we have to be very, very sure that we should not be sending Guduchi there, because berberine is one of the constituent of Guduchi. Of course, Ministry of Ayush pitched in and changed all this by government negotiations, but there are still many, many such bottlenecks. Medico marketing, bridging science and story. Actually, all my team members who are Ayurveda doctors, there are 14 Ayurveda doctors in my team. They do this medico marketing because communicating to the doctor fraternity, whether Ayurveda or homeopathy or Unani or allopathy, we have to communicate how this product works in their own language. And that is what we do. Right now, if I'm putting across only high science, what we talk to the modern practitioners, you may not agree with me. So I will be speaking to you in Ayurveda terminologies. So medico marketing is also one of the career path for RSBK scholars. One Rasashastra Bhaishajya Kalpana postgraduate is in my team as well right now. Then maybe I think we'll conclude. I'll just give you one task. Anybody? Design a Kalpana for urban burnout or stress. Anything which is easily consumable, I leave it to you. Urban burnout or stress or GERD, whatever. You take a disease and give a modern concept to that and make the product. Your time starts now. Next 2 minutes, one. After 2 minutes, one more. If you're only okay to take the challenge?
We'll try,
If
sir.
you're ready, you need not wait for 2 minutes. If you're ready, you can put across. Give me your best Kalpana for market. Dr. Sheetal, I will expect you because you are already into, you want to get into pharmaceutical, pharmacy or even beauty products. Go ahead and share your ideas. Don't be afraid that your friends will steal that. Just diagonally opposite to Dr. Sheetal, behind Dr. Ramesh sir. I don't know your name. Can you? Yeah, you only. Can you just, yes, can you just try? If you are given a practical exam by Dr. Ramesh sir to prepare a Kalpana, which can be sold in your college for your own classmates, for your own juniors and seniors, what would that be? Or any product which you think anybody? Okay, maybe I think I'll ask you, what was the last product that you did in your practicals? Which was the last product that you prepared in your practicals? Sorry? Nalpamaradi. Is it not a good product? Now, my I'll be giving you a marketing task. Nalpamaradi is a very well accepted oil in Kerala. Now, your task is you have to sell that in Karnataka. Possible? Not possible. Anybody? Time is taking, I think, more than 2 minutes. Now it's already 3 minutes. Oh, okay. Once again, over to Lakshmi, is it?
It's actually possible, sir.
Yes.
We do the
Go
proper,
ahead.
we do the proper packaging, and it's
Tell
all.
it to me. I'm a customer from Karnataka.
Okay, it's already a standardized formulation accepted by the Ministry of Ayush, and it's actually good for the skin disorders, and it can be used for Abhyanga, that is for oil massage, even for children, and it can be given even for the neonates. So, along with that, we can even the elderly people can also use it. It is actually rejuvenating, and it actually gives a good skin complexion, and it's actually very good for the skin.
So what are the ingredients?
Nalpamara.
Which are those Nal Pa Mara? Because as a person from Karnataka, I don't know this Nal Pa Mara. Fine. That is just to tickle your brains, because most of the times we'll forget the key ingredients. Which is the key ingredient for Aragavardhini Vati?
Kadarohini Tiktaga.
Very good. Katuka Rohini. You know what is the availability of Katuki? We launched a single drug product called Picrolax. We had US patent, but it grows only in the hills of Nepal. It has to be imported, and you cannot cultivate. We tried several times to cultivate Katuki. So I'm just giving you the hard truth of the current industrial difficulties. So this is just the tip of the iceberg, right? If you get inside, you will get to know what are the key difficulties. That's where those who want to venture into it, maybe I think 1 or 2 years, you should either work as a trainee or work as a internee or a employee, and only then you should shift towards, because this is not as easy as it looks. These are couple of examples. Recently, Man Matters have launched the Shilajit gummies, which was I think very difficult even to conceive, because Shilajitu, what is the odor? Gomutra, right? Not very easy to put across into the gummies format. They have done it. Then I don't know if you have seen this Party Smart gummies. This is for hangover prevention, not to promote. Because if you look at one mantha, right? There is one mantha. What is that mantha?
Kharjuradi.
Very good. Karjuradi mantha. Why it is? What is the indication?
Padatya.
Madatya. So similarly, Party Smart gummies is for reducing that next day morning's hangover. So I'm just giving you a couple of such examples. There is Brazol NS nasal spray, which can also be used as drops. When you have a blocked nose, you can use it as a drops. When we have itching irritation, you can use it as a spray. There is one more capsule called Florasante. Have you heard about Florasante, Himalaya Florasante? Himalaya Florasante is a capsule in capsule technology.
Yes, sir.
You
Yes,
do you know Lakshmi? Yeah.
Actually, I am a stockist, and one patient came there for that, and he was taking it as an aftercare for getting treated after IBS.
And what are the results?
And it was actually prescribed by some other practitioner, and I think the result was good because they again came for the medication.
Because this is one of the best products that I've seen in IBS. You get wonderful results. So, Florasante is capsule in capsule. There are two capsules. Within the capsule, the outer capsule has barley beta glucans and vilva, and inner capsule has probiotics, 3 strains of probiotics. And wonderful product, especially in IBS. If you have got good results with Vilvadi Guliga, fine. If not, this would definitely give good results. Maybe I think success stories and rasa-based products. Once again, I would like to highlight Swarna Basma is one of the highest priced, because as ladies, I think you also use gold ornaments. You have seen the volatility in its price. Imagine 24 karat gold has to be used, not the 22 karat gold. So these are some of the success stories you can always see. Leaf 52DS, I would like to once again reiterate, it is having Mandura Basma. Now, in one sentence, anybody, can you answer what makes these products successful? I don't want Lakshmi to answer. Somebody else who has not tried answering, or you can answer in Malayalam or any language. Malayalam I can understand. I may not be able to speak fluently. I think Sheetal has not spoken, right? Dr. Sheetal? Only you introduce me. Why not? What makes these products successful?
Sir, packaging and marketing strategy.
Only.
Easy to use, sir. Palatability.
That's it. Anybody else? Any other answer?
Sir, effectiveness, research.
Absolutely. Effectiveness is very, very important, because most of the other products which may not click despite having very good packaging is because of the effectiveness. 3 words you have to remember today: quality, safety, and efficacy. Quality, safety, and efficacy. Because even if a product is very effective and if it is having safety issues, nobody will purchase that. If it is of a substandard quality, nobody will use that, right? So with this, I would like to once again reiterate the real-time challenges in the industry: heavy metal perceptions versus Shodhana protocols, because you only gave the answer that is in Kerala, people are skeptical. That is, despite you following Shodhana protocols, if people are skeptical, what can you do? Any amount of marketing will not help, because I still remember when there is a very strong perception, very difficult to change that perception. Solika honey, have you heard? Honey. Solika honey. Solika is a tribe which is there in Bihar Hills, which is a part of Chamarajanagar district in Karnataka. They are the tribes who collect this honey from high trees. Very, very different taste honey. So it was called Solika tribal honey, and Solika tribes were made beneficiary of the profits. But unfortunately, because it was sold only in our stores and all our stores were air conditioned, it started getting crystallized. When honey crystallizes, it is a general misconception that it is made out of sugar or any added sugar or jaggery. Very, very unfortunate, because fructose also can crystallize. We tried all types of education, patient education. Finally, we had to stop the product because of we were not even refining anything. It was just filtered and packed. It was one of the best honeys in the world, but we could not sell it. Very nice packing. We could not sell it because perception of the patient, perception of the consumer, very, very important. So batch standardization and global regulations becomes very important, because now there is demand. As simple as ashwagandha will not be able to follow certain protocols in Denmark. It will be banned, and Denmark will influence other countries also to ban. So it's very, very tricky. Unless until we have a very robust mechanism to convince them or negotiate, it becomes very, very difficult for the industry. Bridging Pariksha with lab techniques, yes. I think Dr. Lakshmi has already given an example of Basma Pariksha, AAS, XRD, or HPDLC or HPLC is very, very important, or LCMS or LCMS-MS, very, very important. And for authentication, I gave you an example of Guduchi, right? Tenuspora cardifolia, Tenuspora crispa. Now, all over the world, DNA fingerprinting is what is accepted as universal measurable parameter. So every day there has been a lot of development, and what the industry looks for. If somebody was interested in joining industry from RSBK as a PG scholar, what the industry looks for, it looks at product logic. Finally, the product logic. Okay. Only science, Ayurveda science or modern science is not sufficient. Your yukti, how we are applying it, familiarity with lab and tech tools, adaptability to new technology, because there have been a lot of advancement in technology. I was telling you of XRD or HPTLC, you should be aware of that. Then regulatory and safety awareness, regulatory, not only regulatory, that is Drugs and Cosmetics Act. I was asking you about Biodiversity Act. Then, GR 202 is legal metrology. Then what is DMR 1954? Drugs and Magic Remedies Act, right? So especially you cannot claim that you can treat diabetes or you can cure male sexual health. Then even packaging is called Plastic Waste Management Regulations, right? That was in 2016. So then what is TKDL?
Traditional knowledge of library.
What? Yeah, you are right. Traditional knowledge, digital library. What is the utility? What is the use? Go ahead, go ahead. No, no answer is wrong answer. Go ahead. Whatever you think, right? Go ahead.
It has the traditional knowledge of Indian system of medicine and patent. It gives the knowledge of biopiracy,
What is biopiracy?
giving.
Give me an example. Somebody was telling about turmeric when I asked certain things. So turmeric is an example. Can you remember turmeric in terms of biopiracy?
Yes, European Union has taken piracy with turmeric and basmati rice also.
Not European Union. It is a US based private company.
Sorry, sir. Yes.
Neem as well.
Neem.
And lot of such patents have been cancelled by TKDL. Unfortunately, it is not available for public, but it is government to government. The patent officers can come to TKDL and look at the huge database where everything has been recorded. Earlier, what used to happen was one shloka which has given a very good secret was somehow sneaked out of the country, and they used to tell something else. For example, what is pranayama called? Cardiac controlled breathing technique, something like this. They are like, so all these things can be challenged by being regulatory aware and safety awareness as well, which are the ingredients which are quite obnoxious or which can cause problem. Because you have seen nuts like hazelnut, peanut, almonds, soy have got tendency of creating allergy in some set of people. Lactose intolerance is started in India. Teamwork and interdisciplinary mindset. It's not only RSBK or RSBK and Dravaguna. You should be having interdisciplinary. You should be having multifunctional collaborations. That is what industry looks at. So industry looks at 3 C's. Can you tell what are these 3 C's? Consistency, yes. You have to have consistency. What are the other 3? Consistency is not in these 3 C's. Compliance. And last but not the least is curiosity. Unless until you are curious, you will not know beyond certain things. And that's very, very important in industry. Being curious and being compliant and being consistent, because consistency and compliance have these 8 important points. I'll not get into it because we are already late. Can anybody read this out for me? Visible from there?
No, sir, it's not this.
Okay, right side.
Yes.
Can anybody read it loud? Maybe those who have not spoken till now, at least this they can do.
The Ministry of Ayush has clarified in various stakeholder meetings and circulars that heavy metal limits as per WHO or Ayush guidelines do not apply to Rasashastra, provided they are prepared as per classical text and intended therapeutic use. This is because the metals are intentionally added in purified and processed forms. That is, Shodhana and Marana are not contaminants.
You're happy with this circular? Are you happy with this circular? Yes or no?
Yes.
Will anybody from your family be happy with this circular? You are happy because you are following Rasashastra or Ayurveda. Will this be accepted in any other countries, leave alone your family?
No.
Right? That becomes laughing stock, right? That's where we need to gear up and bring in some acceptable norms, right? So very, very important is bring in robust evidences. That's where academic institutions become very, very important uh, in creating these robust evidences, because whatever I create as a pharmaceutical company, it will be looked in a different angle. Whatever an academic institution put across, it is always neutral. It will not have any bias. So sincere request to create as much as robust evidences as possible. We should incorporate advanced analytical methods and adhere to standard protocols and safety, because non-Ayurveda fraternity will always pick up on these things and showcase it and showcase all of us in a bad light. We already know, because Shodhana and Marana, there should be some changes, right? So how do we ensure or confirm by testing? How do we prove this to a person who is not believing us? How do we prove this to a non-believer? Is what is our task. Future of Rasashastra, Rasa nanotech and bioavailability, definitely it is going to click. Then clean label basmas, that is where we'll have to work on safety, efficacy, as well as the analytical methods. And evidence-based Ayurveda is what will click. Global market is waiting for us, and integrative healthcare. That's where I once again add one more C here, collaborative. Integrative healthcare, it's not only you. Tie up with your friends who are your classmates in 10th or 12th and ensure that there is a integrative healthcare. Maybe one day in a week, start visiting their clinic as a specialist, because they do not have any medicines for IBS. They do not have any cure for migraine. Osteoarthritis, they straight away suggest total knee replacements. All these things are opportunities for us. The entire market is waiting for us. So finally, I've been giving you chances to speak. Your voice definitely matters. So what excites or worries you about joining industry? It's now the session is open for your questions. Are there any myths or questions about roles after your PG, or any questions? I can't confirm that I'll be giving you answers, but definitely we can delve into Tadvidya Sambhashana now. Else, this really becomes a futile exercise what Dr. Ramesh has started. You know, Amruta did not come on its own way, right? For Amruta to come, there was Manthana. Manthana is nothing but Tadvidya Sambhashana. The session now is open for question and answers. We are if it is not too late, another 3-4 minutes. If there are no questions, maybe I'll call it a day. No questions? There are only two things when there are no questions: completely understood or completely understood. I presume that it was completely understood. Yeah, Lakshmi.
So one question. What
Yes.
are the challenges that we face when we are transforming one classical Ayurvedic medication into a novel drug delivery system or any other a new formulation?
Could you please repeat for the first part?
What are the challenges that we face when
Okay.
changing?
See, challenges are many, because you should be knowing what format is acceptable by the market or the consumer, and if that acceptable format can deliver the drug. These two are very, very important. So simple example I would put across, for Indralukta, we have prepared a product called Hair Zone. Have you seen that?
Yes, sir. It's a spray, no? Topical.
Yeah, Hair Zone is a spray. It is alcohol-based spray which has two ingredients. It is also available in consumer product division as anti-hair loss cream. Because we tried our level best to get this active component into oil format. Whatever you said, Nalpamaradi Taila, we wanted also some Taila, because in India, hair means hair oil. Whatever be the problem, hair oil will give solution, is the perspective. We launched it clinically, very, very good results, up to 75 to 80% of hair growth after this single spray at night time. Despite efforts in marketing, product did not click. Only people who have used, they repeat purchase. or they suggest it to their friends who are having the same problem. Whereas Brihat Haridra Kanda, I told you, Brazil, we have got very good results. So there are two things. One is classical format. If you are launching it as Ayurveda medicine or Ayurveda classical medicine, your taxation is only 5%. When you are changing it into a proprietary format, the taxation becomes 12%. And to shock Sheetal, when you want to promote it as a cosmeceutical product, it becomes 18% GST. So what I would request you to do is, maybe I think you should also get in once or twice a consultant, financial consultant, to understand if Ravi sir, if at least 2 or 3 people are thinking of establishing a pharmacy or factory, they should be given this knowledge. One is like which bank gives a loan, what is the amount of loan they will get. One such session will also be quite helpful for their confidence. If already they're all daughters of billionaire dads, then I think they don't need any such education. So thank you very much, sir, for this opportunity. I'll end with final thoughts. You're the future bridge between tradition and transformation. Dr. Lakshmi, I'm really happy that you asked that question, because you want to see the tradition to transform. Because tradition may not stick for long, especially with the Gen Z. You're seeing it at your own house. A lot of things are questioned, a lot of things are not followed. So we have to transform. This is high time, because we are the one generation. We used to listen to our parents, and we are supposed to listen to our kids as well. So we have to transform between tradition and transform. Sorry, not transform. We have to be the bridge between tradition and transformation. And if you look at Rasashastra, alchemy is not just transmutation of metals. It is a transformation of tradition into relevance. If you are putting across Mandura Basma or Loha Basma for as a Datri Loha for a anemic mother, it is very important, because right now today, one of the main reasons why iron deficiency is there, because a lot of mothers, soon to be mothers or expecting mothers, they do not complete the course of iron because it causes constipation. So that's where these are some of the avenues or opportunity which we need to look into. Once again, 3 C's I would like to put across: be curious, stay credible, and stay collaborative. With this, I thank the entire management, and special thanks to Dr. Ramesh sir for giving me this opportunity. Otherwise, Saturday afternoons are my siesta time. I would have had done Pragnaparada by doing Diva Swapna. Thank you so much. Hopefully, this was useful to you. Even if each one of you take 1 point today, I would be happy. And I would be happy to collaborate further in case if any such events are there. We can also ensure that you conduct an event, and we can bring other college students also for a we used to conduct a PG presentation contest. I don't know if you are aware. Dr. Ramesh will be knowing it. It's called Manthana. We used to do a Manthana program. So any such activities, wherever you are interested, and we used to also conduct a national quiz contest, Ayurviz. So whatever you not sure whether you get a magazine called Himalaya Infoline. Do you get Himalaya Infoline magazines from Himalaya? Every 4 months once the magazine comes. Does it reach your library or not?
Yeah, it comes.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Maybe I think time for me to log off.